Riverside when John volunteered a slope near his mother's house in Peapack. It was steep, he told us, so steep we could roll down it. We would rehearse there on Friday, which would give the crew the entire day to finish the set and hang the lights in time for our first technical rehearsal on Friday night. The three of us set off in his silver-gray Honda. When we arrived close to midnight, we found that supper had been laid out by the Portuguese couple who were caretakers of the house. They were asleep, but a very excited spaniel was there to greet us instead. Shannon was a pudgy black and white dog, a descendant of the original Shannon, a gift from President De Valera of Ireland to President Kennedy after his trip there in 1963. John scolded him affectionately for being fat and lazy and told him that the bloodlines had deteriorated. But the spaniel was thrilled by the attention. On a quick spin through the house, he showed us his old room. It was a boy's room, red, white, and blue, with low ceilings, some toy soldiers still on the bureau, and in the bookshelf, Curious George and Where the Wild Things Are. Robin dropped her bags near the bed, and we went downstairs and ate cold shepherd's pie and profiteroles, a meal I would come to know later as one of his favorites. After supper, Robin yawned and said, "Guys, I'm turning in. We have a lot of work to do tomorrow." I was tired as well, but too excited to sleep. And when John asked if I wanted to go see the horses in the neighbor's barn, I said yes. He put some carrots and sugar cubes in his pocket, and we headed down the driveway and across the road to the McDonald's. Murray McDonald and his wife Peggy were old friends of John's mother. She boarded her horses with them, and their children had grown up together. The McDonald's hound, who spent most of his days visiting Shannon, began to follow us home, and Shannon, who never strayed far from his kitchen, trailed behind. John teased both dogs, saying they were gay lovers. He leaned over and shook a finger at Shannon, admonishing him again for being fat. "Don't be too sweet, Shanny. Don't be too sweet, or I will bite you. I'll bite you." Shannon thumped his stub of a tail and waddled back up the drive. It was 1 a.m., and I was getting the moonlight tour. When I asked if we'd wake the McDonald's, John shrugged and told me not to worry. He showed me an old childhood clubhouse, and we ducked through the small wooden door. He showed me the roosters and the barn cats and the caged rabbits, and when an especially eager bunny nipped my fingers through the chicken wire, he said that Elise, his mother's housekeeper, ate them for treats. I whimpered, the desired response, I now think. We moved into the cool of the barn and met Murray McDonald's gelding and John's mother's mount, Toby. Like us, the horses could not sleep, or had been awakened by a whiff of carrot. I was not a horsewoman by any stretch of the imagination, but I'd ridden summers until I was 14, and I knew how to feed a horse. Still, it felt like the first time, and I let him show me. I had begun to value when he taught me things. His patience, the joy he took, how he never gave up. "See, you keep your hand flat and your fingers back." I stood close to him by the stall, and he reached into his pocket. "Let him take it, he won't bite. Like this." Toby sniffed, lowered his velvet head, then looked up, expecting more. "You try." In the darkness, John had stepped behind me. "Go on, keep your fingers back." "I'll just feed him a carrot." The carrot, for some reason, seemed safe. "Here," he said, opening my hand and placing a sugar cube there. "Don't be scared." And with the back of my hand resting in his palm, the horse kissed mine and the sugar was gone. Our hands broke, but his touch stayed with me as we fed the horses the rest of our stash. It was with me when we left the barn and walked out into the ring, and when I climbed onto the split-rail fence, John hopped up beside me. The moon was full and we were quiet, watching the sky. "It's a blue moon tonight," I said. "I heard it on the radio." "Oh, yeah?" He crooned. "Without a dream in my heart, without a love of—" "What is a blue moon?" I wondered.